Oh shit. Hey, we are live. How's it going? That was supposed to be like my little intro thing. So, how's it going, Mary? Oh, damn. What's the worst film of 2024? All right, we'll get into it. I saw what the TV Glow. I did not like that one. That's near the bottom for me. But yeah, Watchers, Twisters, Kill Count, maybe. I mean, I'll keep it short, and if there's some cool deaths, I mean, Twisters could kill people in a cool way. Or if it's like if I have footage of it, because I did some stuff like the Furiosa one, and I'll go like, well, dude, it's not hitting like other videos are. But yeah, top 20 horror movies, because it gives me a chance to talk about some horror movies that I've watched and not done like a kill count about or something, or just reflect on what's going on in the year so far. Or Quiet Place Day One trailer too. Oh, okay. Yeah, and that's like one of my biggest movies. I think that's going to happen in June. So The Watchers, The Exorcist, right? Or it's called The Exorcism, and Quiet Place Part Two. That's at least three that I'm gonna do, and I don't know. I think besides those three, just a couple of different videos and such. So we'll see. All right, here we go. Wait, what the hell? All right, I had a whole damn picture for my top 20, but it's fucking up. See? Shit. See, that's why you gotta prep when you do this. God damn it. Look, share screen. All right, boom. There we go. All right, the worst one probably of all this year, that's got to be that Camp Pleasant. That movie sucked. Oh Lord. That's like a fan film. I don't even know how you get I don't even know how you get distribution you being that shitty. Like, oh man, that one was bad. Oh shit. That one was pretty bad. Like it was sort of like a porno with it's like the porno with no sex in it. It was I didn't even think I got to most of the kills. Like it was pretty bad. It's pretty hard to even watch one time. You ever have a movie like damn dude. Like if I paid for it, I'd be really pissed. That's how bad that shit was. And look at his max. It's not even anything. You could just go like, oh, okay, maybe like Camp Crystal Lake, and you're hoping for the SEO people come across your movie somehow. But yeah, that one was pretty bad. Oh, hey man, thanks, Sky. Your kill counts rock, dude. Thank you. That means a lot. Because yeah, I'm always trying to like, all right, get it on like weekend release and what they do right about the trailers and such, and just try to tell the story about it. I thought that's like my niche. That's where I fit in. Am I like sideways and shit with this? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Oh, I saw the Terror movie. Just fuck Terror Car. Yeah, Terror was. I don't even have it that far down. Like I think Terror is sort of mid. Where'd I put Tarot? Oh, you see, there you go, dude. I put it at number 13. Tarot's. Dude, there's some worse ones out there. I mean, it had some jokes. And for PG 13, I've seen a lot worse PG 13s. Like Night Swim's definitely worse. They didn't have a body count or anything. So let's see. Oh yeah, I saw the TV Glow. What? I don't even think you consider this a horror movie. And I know it's about the same guy who made like At World's Fair, and you go like, well, I guess so. It's and the dude's autistic or something, and you just sort of feel bad for him, and it just makes you more uncomfortable than being scary. And then his mom dies, his stepdad dies. You're like, what the fuck? And then his friend leaves, and you go, I don't know. I get how some people can like this, but this just a no for me, dog. So that's why these last two films, like I wouldn't even consider the last one even like a real film. That Camp Pleasant Lake could be like a fan film or something like that. So it wouldn't even be inside these rankings. And I saw the TV Glow. It's more of like a drama. So yeah. Let's see. Imaginary, of course, that was pretty bad. Everybody said it's bad. It's a consensus that that was a hunk of shit. Night Swim. I mean, you can watch it on Peacock now. I think I was trying to rewatch it. At first, I didn't like love it, but I was like, man, it's getting a lot of unnecessary hate. Then I put it on again. And I go, oh yeah, this is pretty stupid. Yeah, dude. I don't. That's why it's like it's sort of hard because even people were shitting on the strangers, like, dude, or my boy Killjoy Jake and stuff was like 0 out of 10, like 0 out of 10. Are you sure, dude? Because there are far worse horror movies just this year. I would even consider this like mid. Like The Strangers is pretty mid, I would say. Or I gotta watch it again. And dude, every single showing has been selling out for whatever reason. Like I can look up my app right now and I just go, damn, dude, everyone's going to see The Strangers, I guess. Like shit. And they still haven't. I'm gonna watch it again. I'll probably even buy it. I'm not even sure. Just to watch it again, or maybe they have like alternate scenes of more deaths or unratedness or something. You don't know. Sometimes that makes like all the difference. Like if we could just get a little bit more gore in this one, I like cool. I'm down for it. What if they give us an alternate ending or something? So and it's like if you didn't like The Strangers Chapter 1, you pretty much didn't like The Strangers in the first place. I don't think the first one's no masterpiece anyway. I think my cord's fucking up. Yeah, all right. So that um stop motion, it's on Shutter now. I think you should probably check this out. I mean, it's okay. It's like a slow burn, and I think not enough deaths happen, and it's pretty much like you could come to this movie like an hour and a half late, and you're like, "Oh, what's going on?" No, it's fine. You missed nothing. It's only till the very very ending is actually like some killing and murdering. Or if you watch it on Shutter, you could just skip like the first hour or something. Doesn't matter. I think a couple of these movies have a problem like that. Like they just have like a half hour movie and they go, shit, what are we supposed to do here? Some like with in a violent nature too. It's almost like, well, I think if you edit it right, it's only like 35 minutes or something like that. Without all the meandering and walking, it's only like 35 minutes. Or something like stop motion here. It's only like a short movie. It seems like it's 45 minutes or half hour, but they just throw in a couple of nonsense and don't get to it for so long. You're like, dude, that could have been like a half hour thing. That could have been like an episode of Creep Show or Tales from the Crypt or something like that. A lot of these shouldn't even be like feature films, I think. But still, it's still not as worse as like last year, like Skinamarink. That's like I can't believe they even have the guts to put that in theaters. And Out of Darkness is sort of weird too. Like I don't think No one's talking about it. It was one of the mystery movies that you saw early from Regal or something. It even made like it was sort of so bad because it's like a made up language, ooga booga. They don't even. It's so dumb. Why aren't they even speaking English? You're just making like, well, they're cavemen. They have caveman language. Like you're still communicating. Like we're still trying to figure out what they are. And then after I knew that, you just know the actors are talking bullshit to each other, and they're probably just riffing like. So it's I don't know. I hate it. Actually, should be lower. I don't even know why I put it this high. This could be that could be down there. Probably. Yeah, I don't know. Like all these could be like tied for almost last. Founders Day, it's at least goes for the slasher movie feel. I mean, it has a cool couple of cool kills in it, but I think the reveal really was stupid. That's why it's like if you want a Scream movie with about five different ghost faces, that you got it, dude. It's Founders Day. There's way too many killers. I go, how are there more killers than victims? It's like shit. I think the cop was it, the teacher, a couple of people were it. They turned on each other. It's just ridiculous. It's if you're down for that, I guess. But I even did like a kill count for it. I saw it in theaters, and then I think it went on VOD like 4 or 5 months later, or something like that. Like it came out in January, and it's pretty much very January slasher movie. I don't think I'm like watching it, and it's like a half hour before there's like the first kill, and you thought it's like the person with the max and the gavel, and that's pretty cool look, but I don't think there's not enough deaths in here, and it's just it's pretty ridiculous. I think like the teacher from Boy Meets World is one of the killers too, and you're like, dude, you're like a 65-year-old killer, you ain't killing anybody. All right, tarot, there you go. Tarot, I put. All right, where's tarot? Tarot's number 13. I would say Tarot's right. Look, probably should be a little bit more middle. I mean, for a PG-13 movie, it has some couple of cool kills, like, but it's almost like they held it back from being rated R to PG-13. Because you got a couple of things where it's like blood spurts, and it's not even like red blood. It's like, so you're like, it's diarrhea over like the wall or something like that. Just, and that's supposed to be a kill. But some of the jokes were okay, and I just go, maybe if it got like tweaked around, this sort of reminds me of like Ouija. Like Ouija, the first one sucked, but there could be potential to make it good. And they were like Final Destination, like they were seeing the signs of like what to avoid and such. And the idea and everything, it's pretty cool, so it could float it along to be better than it was. But yeah, Low Lives, I couldn't really even finish it, but it's on Tubi, and everyone else has it in high regard. And it still has like that fan filmy sort of feel to it, and everybody's a killer. I don't know. I think Drum Dums gave this like a high one, and then I checked it out, and I just went, I don't like you. You're reaching, dude. You're reaching if you're saying this one is like a real good one too. So Low Lives, Arcadian. Arcadian was sort of cool. The Nicolas Cage doesn't get to be Nicolas Cage in this. It's sort of just like his sons are around, and it's almost like a quiet place. It gets good at the very end, but Nicolas Cage is hurt for most of the time, and you go, yeah, dude, I don't know, I don't get it, but yeah, it's like a VOD release, and I would have been pissed off if I saw it in theaters, but that's why I didn't even do a kill count about it, because I didn't know how long it was going to be in theaters, or I didn't really have footage. they did some of these marketings are weird. Like if you give away too much, it doesn't perform as well. You give away too little, nobody cares enough to go see it. So they should have just like at least hyped up, like put the creature on the cover or something like that. Because look at that poster, you don't know anything. It's like a father and two sons, pretty much. Like Winnie the Pooh 2 was actually well improved over the first one, but still, that's just saying like it's not dog shit. It's like flavored dog shit. But Winnie the Pooh, and I'm still waiting for this to come on like VOD because I thought this video was gonna smack for me, dude. I thought it was gonna take me to the top because the other one was like one of my best performing videos I ever did. It was like Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey 1. I think it was like 100,000 views on like 12 hours or something like that. And I thought I would get up to like a million, but I got a copyright strike. I mean, the other video I did about this was like 30,000 views or something, but same thing with doing like the box office. I think people were like very interested in the very first Winnie the Pooh. They're like, oh, dude, let me see what this is about. Then they finally got the money and made the movie they wanted to make, but it was still like a little bit too late. And now they want to do the whole like Winnie the Pooh universe and everything. And I don't know, dude. I don't think it's already running out of steam for the second one. Because I think even like it did over its budget, but barely. So you're like, oh shit, because I don't think there's really a franchise here, dude. You should have made this one initially. But it wasn't too bad, but it wasn't too great. All right, Lisa. Oh, here we go. Infested spiders. I really like this one, and I don't really like the foreign language films, but they have the subtitles on it, and it's pretty cool. It's all French, like "suck blue blue," and they're supposed to have. There's like French rap in there, and I go, man, that is ridiculous. Rap in any other language or country is just weird. I don't know. It's so much an American thing. Like, yeah, the Brits can have like rock and Rolling Stones and all this, but I don't think they ever caught on with any rapper. I don't think there's any good British rap or any. Yeah, no, it's just so weird to hear in like a movie and such. But yeah, and they had a bunch of spiders because it's weird because this and Sting came out in the same year, and you're like, well, cool, dude. Like spiders are making a comeback. I think they came out like 2 or 3 weeks from each other. Maybe that's what it's like the purposeful marketing. Like, all right, let's release this at a time where people are like they watch one spider movie and then they want to go see the other spider movie because that's the same thing with the first Omen and Immaculate. They went like, all right, we're gonna release like right by each other. I love you so much. All right, thanks, dude. Love you guys too. Yeah, Infested's cool and it's on Shutter. You don't gotta waste any money. But yeah, if you don't have Shutter yet, get Shutter when a Violent Nature comes out. Probably in about 3-4 weeks. Something like I think like Late Night at the Devil. They put Late Night at the Devil like in March 22nd or something like that, 21st. And then I think it was on Shutter April 14th. So a little less than a month. I think like 3 weeks or something, like 3-4 weeks, because it still has that positive buzz from the movie theaters, and then it leads into like, oh, I'm gonna check it out on streaming. Like people say, like, oh, the theaters, it's from theaters too quick to streaming. Like, why do you give a shit? I prefer the strangers. Like, I already saw the strangers. Like, cool. If it comes to streaming, I thought it's coming to streaming on the 7th or something like that. But something like Winnie the Pooh 2, nobody gives a fuck about it no more. Like, it was in theaters, it's out. I don't get any views off Winnie the Pooh 2 no more. So it's sort of like if you wait too long, nobody cares as much. I think the same thing about like Godzilla minus one. Like everybody was waiting for it, and it never sort of came out. And I don't know if people care as much anymore. Then they went like, all right, fuck it, we'll just put it on Netflix and it's on iTunes and everything right now. Maybe I'll do a kill count about that. That'll be something different. All right, The First Omen. It's on Hulu right now. One of the best prequels, but everyone's sucking this one off, and I think it's just cool. And they went for more scares. It's still probably the best sequel. The Omen is a weird franchise where the first one's a classic, and each one sort of sucks afterwards. Like part two is still like it sucked more as a kid when I first watched it, but it got better on rewatches. But yeah, Omen, the first Omen's probably like the best prequel, but it's still, I think it did well, but they left off on a cliffhanger where they want you to watch like future installments and shit. And I don't know if it, I don't know if it did so well to get it. So don't leave us with like a Marvel movie ending and they're teasing like the next movie when you don't know it's going to happen. At least the Strangers Chapter 1, they already knew they already did 2 and 3. They could have gave us like a better cliffhanger to want some more. But the first Omen, they gave us like a cliffhanger, like, well, the son of the devil has twins, and we're trying to wait to see what the or the church gonna come after him or whatever the fuck. So I don't know. I'm looking forward to if they do some, but hopefully it does good on streaming and decide to make more entries. And Immaculate, yeah, Sydney Sweeney now has became a name, and she like produced this movie and such. And it's a little bit more campy than First Omen, and I hear that a lot that people prefer Immaculate over the First Omen because the First Omen has like a just so it gets really weird and abstract near the end, but they both have some cool gore, and it's just really dealer's choice which one you like. But I don't know. I think on either rewatch, I could like move them back and forth. Or yeah, let's talk about a violent nature. Yeah, in the violent nature, that's that new Friday. Everyone's going like, why can't we get a new Friday the 13th movie? But this is pretty much a Friday the 13th movie, so go and see it. It's artsy, I'll give it that. It's like a artsiest version of a slasher that you could see. Like it's still slasher, but it meanders and takes its time, and that's why at the beginning of the stream I put a little clip of Friday the 13th with the score on there because it definitely feels like a Friday the 13th movie. And I hope this does well. I hope this becomes a franchise. I hope they improve on all of this, all the stuff they did for the sequel. I even read an article too that director he wants to do like a whole. He already has plans. He's like the next one. We're gonna get out of the woods. We're gonna go into the suburbs, and he's gonna walk around like that. Remember, like Michael Myers in Halloween 2018, like he walked and got the hammer and then killed the girl and then walked by the crib, and people are like, oh shit. So they could do that same thing with him in the suburbs. So that would be so much funner. Like, give this guy a budget and let's do that idea. If he's saying do another thing in the woods, like, nah, dude, you already did that. That just and this movie probably wouldn't have came out that way if we had a Friday the 13th that just came out like a year or two ago. So that's why it's like, all right, Friday the 13th comes back. Maybe they want to get this like Chris Nash to direct it or something. But I'm definitely interested in what he'll do next. But the ending was really bad too. So yeah, I'm not gonna. I love this one, but it's like they could have did a little bit more. Those characters sort of suck, and the girls could have been hotter, maybe. But yeah, in a violent nature, I think some people are gonna. I think it's probably it's top four. I would put it way up there. Because, dude, if you just love slasher movies, this one's for you. Because Friday the 13th, Friday the 13th Part 1 meanders a whole fucking lot. Like, that's why it's like, it gave me, after watching Violent Nature, it gave me like, oh man, I should go on a Friday the 13th binge right now. And, summer starting. Yeah, it's the perfect mood filler too. Like, you can watch this in the background. I don't know. I love it. Hey, what's up, Jonathan? What's going on, dude? Should I be the bigger version? Yeah, so in a Violent Nature, fucks. All right, let's see. Well, oh yeah, what else he did in the article? If they do 4, they said he would go to space or something. I know he's kidding, but this one seems so grounded. And they said they went into the Canadian forest. They had to like hike for 30 minutes to get there. And I don't know, dude. Canadians know how to make slasher movies. Because come on, dude, you got A Black Christmas, which is pretty much where slashers like started. The precursor to even Halloween, and that was Canadian. You got In a Violent Nature. You got My Bloody Valentine. 3 really solid Canadian slasher movies. So yeah, I think In a Violent Nature, I really hope this becomes like a new sort of slasher franchise. I hope this does well enough. And it's going to Shudder, dude. I'm pretty much sure if the first one came to Shudder, that they would do a second one to come to Shudder. Like, I think like Hell House, that was one that went to Shudder, and it got like 3 or 4 of them. So yeah, I hope so. But yeah, I can't. I think Chelsea of Dead Meat says she loved it so much, and they're gonna do a podcast about it. So maybe I gotta watch it one more time. I always feel that like if I don't do like a podcast or stream about it like right away, I should watch it one more time to take good notes or anything. So if it was on Shutter right now, I guess I would just turn it on and do like a stream or a walkthrough or something like that. But yeah, I would put Sting over A Violent Nature because it's just, I don't know, it's just more fun to me. I like creature features. This one had some jokes. You had some cool deaths, but I don't know, dude. Maybe if I watch A Violent Nature more, maybe I'll put it up there a little bit more because I do love my slasher movies, and we should support our slasher movies too and our creature features. And then you got Abigail. I love Abigail. Abigail's still one of my best like videos that I've done all year. It's the only video I did all year that did 100,000 views. So, dude, I think this time last year I had like Megan do 100,000 views. Evil Dead Rise had 100,000. Scream 6 had 100,000. I just don't think some movies are fucking with people like how they did last year. Maybe the horror bubble popped. I don't know. I don't think it's as good as last year because this time last year I think we also had Megan. Um, yeah, it's hard to tell, or just people are just shitting over the box office like lately. Anyway, yeah, like Furiosa is a bomb at the box office right now. I thought that video was gonna fuck. It didn't do shit. And I don't know. It didn't have the violent deaths that Fury Road had. I think a lot of it was like CGI, and I think a lot of people were just like, dude, I really liked Fury Road for how much practical effects it has. I don't know. I gotta go see it again. It feels like might as well go see it again while it's still in IMAX or something. I think it's gonna be like toned down a lot in the next couple of weeks or next couple of days, dude. Because I think Bad Boys is getting all the IMAX stuff. But you know what? And Strangers actually made way more money than Abigail. Tarot just made more money than Abigail too. Like, dude, I don't, we're so obsessed with box office numbers and how well they did. All I know is Abigail's a good movie, and you should go fucking see it. I don't get like, well, like you get so wrapped up at how it performs. Like horror stuff is never supposed to be so popular that you go like, well, everybody should be watching this. Horror's always been like a niche audience and everything. So, there's casual fans. I just met somebody at a party yesterday. They're like, "Oh, dude, I'm such a big horror fan." Oh yeah, I watched The Violent Nature and all that. They're like, "Oh, dude, I don't know about that. I saw Halloween Ends." I was like, "Get the fuck out of here." Halloween Ends. Dude, that's like your casual fan. My sister's a very much a casual, and I think even she saw Abigail too. So I don't know. But Abigail should have made more money than it did. It's definitely not getting a sequel now for, and it's by Radio Silence, and they just came off of the Scream movies. I think if you made slasher movies, people want to see you make more slasher movies. They don't care if you're and vampires. They're trying to make vampires like cool again because vampires is the thing, and it's sort of like in A Violent Nature. It's like, dude, let's do slasher movies because we haven't had one real slasher movie all year besides this one. And, if it doesn't do well, we probably won't get another one. It's this and Terrifier 3 and Maxine. We got three slashers, and I think they're all going to be bangers. Maxine's definitely not going to miss. Alien Romulus, the new Alien Romulus looks like it's going to be like slasher sort of too. So I don't know. Let's see if that one could do it too. Yeah, because last year's like horror movies were still like killing it at the box office, and now it's like Strangers is the best performing uh, a horror movie of this year. And I haven't met one, or I watch a lot of YouTube reviewers. Everyone's saying how much it sucks and how much they're disappointed in it. I thought it was okay, but my video doesn't say so. I could tell if it was a big hit. I thought my video would be a big hit, but no. And the retention was cool. My click through rate was cool. I don't get it. I feel like watching this one again in theaters just to be like, well, what? Like I think the expectation was it's gonna fucking blow us away, and it just fell really short of that. Like I didn't know we were gonna watch a remake because everybody in the thing said Strangers was going to be like a new thing, and we're looking for some new ideas and what are they going to do. They said they were explaining who Tamra is, and you're like, all right, cool, I want to see all that, but no, didn't happen. And number one, I gotta say, is Late Night with the Devil. I don't know. I like it a lot. And if Kim did Shutter, I would have bought it if it would have I think it is on iTunes or something, but no. I wish I had some more extras or something, but yeah, Late Night with the Devil's number one for sure. And seeing it in the theaters was cool. The ending was cool. And